Here.
Mr. Margraf? Mr. Long?
Here.
Any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of May 24th and May 31st of 2018.
I recommend that we approve the meetings from May 24th and May 31st, 2018.
I concur. Item A, correspondence received from Councilman Pete Torres requesting $56,400 of gaming funds be allocated for a design contract with First Group Engineering for the establishment of a quiet zone from the crossing at Soul Avenue and Michigan Central Railroad. This has already been signed by the mayor. Do I have a recommendation to approve?
I do make a recommendation.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I concur. Item B, agreement with First Group Engineering for the establishment of a quiet zone from the crossing at Soul Avenue and Michigan Central Railroad, which goes along with the councilman's funding request.
Okay. I recommend that we accept that agreement.
I concur. Item C, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $44,500 and $43,400 of gaming funds be allocated for the construction of Gibson Park parking and Amy Park parking. This has been signed by the mayor.
I recommend that we accept Councilman Rakos' request.
I concur. Item D, bid recommendation received from Nice Engineering for the 6th District Gibson Park parking lot project to Site Services, Inc. in the amount of $44,471.65. Do I have a recommendation to approve?
I do make that recommendation.
I concur. Item E, bid recommendation received from Nice Engineering for the 6th District Amy Park parking lot project to Site Services, Inc. in the amount of $43,362.
I recommend that we accept that bid from Nice Engineering.
I concur. Item F, change order number 1 for the Marquette Greenway multi-use path with an increase in cost of $535 for 2 terminal posts.
It's an NDOT-funded project, so it's 80-20 match.
Okay. Do I have a recommendation to approve?
I do recommend that we accept the change order.
I concur. Item G, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $52,700 of gaming funds be allocated for a design contract with SEH of Indiana for the lighting design on Alabama Avenue between Downey Place South to the dead end, Rhode Island Avenue between 165th Street South to the dead end, and Ohio Avenue between 165th Street South to the dead end. This has been signed by the mayor.
I make a recommendation we accept the councilman's request.
I concur. Item H, contract with SEH Indiana for lighting design on Alabama Avenue between Downey Place South to the dead end, Rhode Island Avenue between 165th South to the dead end, and Ohio Avenue between 165th Street South to the dead end at a cost of $52,700.
I make a recommendation we accept the contract from SEH.
I concur. Item I, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $15,765.93 of gaming funds be allocated for various engineering services for the 6th District projects. Has been signed by the mayor.
I recommend that we accept approve the councilman's request.
I concur. Item J, agreement with First Group Engineering for NDOT Tracks Application 2018 in the amount of $15,765.93.
I recommend we accept the agreement from First Group Engineering.
I concur. Item K, correspondence received from Salyer Plumbing Incorporated requesting permission to close the westbound lane of Kenwood Street for sewer repair at 55 Kenwood Street on June 7th, 2018, and completed on June 8th, 2018. And has this been reviewed by the engineering department?
This was reviewed. This is a precaution just in case they have to get into the roadway. It's right at his driveway apron, so they just wanted to make sure that the city was aware they may have to open the street a little bit wider.
Okay. Do I have a recommendation to approve the request?
I do make that recommendation.
I concur. Item L, correspondence received from Talman Consultants requesting permission to install fiber optic conduit at 1303 Kenwood. And it looks like this has already been signed off by the engineering department.
Okay. I recommend that we approve the request from Tallman Consultants.
I concur. Item M, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting Officer Michael Ciccoletti and Officer Jesse Hammer be promoted to the rank of third-class patrolman effective June 1st, 2018. The approval of a block party on 200 block of Doty Street and Corpus Christi processions at St. Casimir Parish and All Saints Parish. Do I have a motion to, a recommendation to approve the chief's requests?
Make that recommendation.
I concur. Item N, demolition status on property located at 5936 Birch Avenue. Is the property owner present?
He was present, Cleveland Chapman. He's in the process of remodeling the house, needs some more time. We did, he's going to call me to set up an inspection so we see the status of the work. He's got permits for drywall and for the electric, but those have not been inspected. So it's moving forward just at a snail's pace.
But it's moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need a status date on this?
Well, we're going to do new demolitions on July the 19th, so if you like, we could just set it over till July the 19th so we can keep an eye on it and not lose track of it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a recommendation that we set this over to July 19th for status.
I concur. Item O, rental registration hearing on property located at 1162 May Street. Is the property owner present? 1162 May Street.
Good morning. This is owned by Mr. John Powers. It's 3 units there, and all he owed was for 2018, was registered previous.
Okay, no problems there.
Back in 2012, 2013, a few police calls, but nothing recent.
Okay, I'll recommend that he pays the $5 registration fee for all 3 locations.
I concur. Item P, rental registration hearing on property located at 6806 Homan Avenue. Is the property owner present?
This property, 6806 Homan Avenue, Mr. Eduardo Proenza, is that correct? It's 3 units total. Mr. Proenza does occupy the front unit. So we're looking for 2 units, and all he owes is for 2018. He registered previous. So 2 units for 2018.
Okay. I'm going to make a recommendation then that he pay the $5 for both units. You can do that after the meeting today.
Okay.
Okay,
I concur.
thank you, sir.
Item Q, rental registration hearing on property located at 4759 Catalpa. Is the property owner present?
4759 Catalpa, Miss Angela Fuller Tharp,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Okay. Owned it since 2006, was registered previous. Last year, she did have a rental hearing appeal as the first time she was sent up here, she went to the wrong court, right? So the second time she showed up for an appeal for rental, we waived the late fee. She was late for 2018, so I'm asking for a fine on this one.
Can I?
How many units is this?
1 unit, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, ma'am. Can you tell us your name?
Angela Fuller Tharp, and I was going to pay my registration fee, and I was impromptu. I got an interview for a job. They flew me there, and then I got the flight because it was delayed because of weather, so I wasn't able to get here. I realized it's a range of time, but I was going to pay it the day that it was due, but my flight was canceled because of the unforeseen circumstances. There wasn't anything I could do, and I'm not just saying it. I have my flight thing. Can you waive it this time, and I won't be late anymore?
We've waived this once before.
We waived it last year.
You waived it?
2016.
We waived it last year because I went to the wrong location to pay it, and when I got here, they said it was too late, but that's not anybody else's fault. But I have consistently paid. I will pay. My property's in great standing. $5 would not be a problem to pay, but $500 would. This will not happen again.
Is he going on there? Is he going on there? Is this the only property that you have in Hammond, ma'am?
Yes, it is. I had bought it when my son was going to school here at, I can't think of the name of that Catholic school right down the street from here.
Ticket from being late. She's got the ticket from her.
Bishop Knoll, that's the name of it.
From the flight being late. Ma'am, because I feel like that we gave you an opportunity last time, we waived that fee last time. I'm going to make a recommendation that the $500 late fee is charged.
I don't have $500. It's nothing, can we do it one more time? It won't happen again.
I understand that, ma'am, but if
I
it
was out
was
of a job.
$5 and there was a time frame that the $5 could have been paid, and we've exceeded that time, so.
You guys don't even send out a reminder or anything. It will
We
not.
do, ma'am. We do, ma'am. Is this
It will not
your
happen again.
address?
Is
I
your
don't-
address?
1328 East
No, that-
168th
that
Street?
is my address.
Yes, ma'am. We do send out a reminder, and I believe that since the last time you came before us, and that we waived that fee, and you acknowledged the fact that this was your responsibility to handle within
But
that
can you
time
just do it
frame.
one more time? I don't have $500.
It's typically the policy of this board that if you're coming before us 2 years in a row for a late fee waiver, that we're going to charge the late fee on this one. It will
don't have
be
that. I don't-
submitted to
What
Ms.
happens-
Sarasick for negotiations if that matter, so they can work out payment
don't
through
have
that company.
I guess I have to get an attorney.
I concur.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. That is our recommendation, so.
Okay, so what do I get, a piece of paper?
If you wait after the meeting, you will have this, and then if you need to contact Ms. Sarasick, they can work out payment arrangements with you. Item R, rental registration hearing on property located at 7135 Columbia Avenue, 903 Bauer Street, and 1144 Summer Street.
Yes, for all these properties, for 2018, I guess we could start with 7135 Columbia. It's 3 units. 903 Bauer.
So, I'm sorry, are these 3 separate units or 3 units at that first location?
3 units at that first location.
Okay.
At 903 Bauer, it is 1 unit. And 1144 Summer, it is 1 unit. She has also had an appeal in 2016 for rental registration, so I'm asking for a fine as well.
On all 3 addresses?
Correct.
Do we have an appeal on one location or at multiple?
On those 3.
All 3 locations.
Correct.
What's going on, ma'am?
Yeah, last year I missed it, and I paid the $2,500 that, because I had to. This time, I was so concerned about this, but then I got sick and I was on medicines. I just missed track of the days. And I came the day after to try to pay, and it was already too late, so they told me to come today.
I mean, did you say that she was late last year for the 2016 registration?
Correct. She was on an appeal, for 2016. Yes.
And the fine was not waived?
No, it was not
okay.
waived. It was
No.
sent to Smith Sursick, and she did pay
I
that
did pay.
amount.
Okay.
So she did register on time for 17, but she was late for 18.
Yeah, I came the day after.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm going to make a recommendation, again, unfortunately, that for all 5 units, that the $500 late fee be put in place for each unit for a total of $2,500.
I will concur. Again, ma'am, this will go to Smith Sarasick, and you can negotiate the payment schedule with them as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Item S, rental registration hearing on property located at 650 Conkey Street.
650 Conkey Street is a 4-unit owned by Miss Ophelia Hurley. And what we have, it's been registered previously, but she owes for 2018, 4 units.
4 units.
Okay. 2018, though.
So again, 2018.
Correct.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, in last hearing that I had because my building had a problem, I was recommended by the judge to change the management, the manager. So since I retired, I took over that responsibility. But at the truth, I was told that was in April the date I should go, but I didn't understood that was exactly a date of April, so I went the 20th. And I went to pay, and then I was late for days. So I'm sorry, but it was misunderstanding of my part.
Okay, I'm going to make a recommendation that for all 4 units, you register for 2018 at $5 a unit, okay?
How much?
$5 per unit for a total of $20, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
I think.
Ma'am,
You can pay that after the meeting, okay?
I'll concur. Okay, item U, rental registration hearing on property located at 5837 Wallace.
We skipped 60.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What did I say?
You skipped T, you skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rental registration hearing on property located at 6241 Holman. I apologize.
Hello, how are you? This is property owned by Mr. William Hoffman, correct?
Right.
Okay, we have it down to 7 units. He registered previous. All he owes is for 2018.
Have we given any waivers on this one previously? 7 units?
Yes, correct.
I'm going to make a recommendation that, that you pay the $5 registration fee per unit for a total of $35, and you can do that right after the meeting if you'd like, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I concur. Now, item U, rental registration hearing on property located at 5837 Wallace.
5837 Wallace is owned by Venture RE LLC. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. Can you please state your name?
My name is Melissa E. Campbell.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How many units is this?
This is a 1 unit. It was registered for 2017. Didn't register for 2018. Nothing there previous.
I had came to register like on the 14th of April, and I didn't have the proper information, and I went back home to get it, and I had just had knee replacement, and I wasn't feeling well, and I ended up coming like maybe 2 days later, and I wasn't aware that the expiration date was on the 15th, and she explained to me it was the same day as tax day, and I really thought it was April the 30th.
I mean, no issues here and no waivers.
No.
Okay. I'm going to recommend that you just pay the $5 fee for 2018.
And I concur.
You just have to pay $5 for 2.
Thank you. Item V, rental registration hearing on property located at 10 Webb Street.
10 Webb is owned by Mr. Haddadin. Is that correct? We have 1 unit here, owes for 2018, registered previous.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you? By the way, I'm the manager. I am his son,
What's your name?
Rami
Okay.
Haddadin. My father's name is Ghassan Haddadin. The problem was that we were going through new managers and he couldn't find anybody, and he's been on vacation from basically December till now. He's on vacation today, right now. He's in Hungary. So he's been traveling all around, and I have been here trying to take responsibility. It's my first year doing this for him, trying to help him out, and I didn't know that there was a deadline. I actually came on April because he told me to do it by April, and I came in April, and I thought it was April 30th.
No issues here.
No waivers, no issues, okay. Okay, I'm going to recommend that you pay the $5 fee for 2018,
Okay.
okay?
Okay,
concur.
And pay after, right?
Yes, after
Yes.
the meeting, yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Item W, rental registration hearing on property located at 3009 173rd Street. Property owner present?
Okay, we have 3009 173rd Street, owner by Julian Guerrero.
Yes,
please-
I am
please
Julian
state-
Guerrero.
Okay. Owes for 2017 and 2018, was registered previous. So we're just looking for rental registrations for 17 and 18.
1 unit?
Correct.
No previous waivers, no problems again? Morning, Mr. Guerrero.
Hello. I tried to register by 18, and then, like you said, well, I wasn't registered for 17, so they sent it back, so,
Okay.
Did you own the property in 17?
yes,
Did you have somebody renting it?
yes,
At what point?
the entire year.
The entire year?
Okay, I'm going to recommend that you pay the $5 registration fee for 2018, and you can do that after meeting today.
Okay, thank you.
And 17?
No, just 18, right?
We
No,
need
17
as
Oh,
well.
7, okay, for a total of $10, 17 and 18, the $5 registration.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I concur. Oh, okay. Item X, rental registration hearing on property located at 7447 Van Buren. Is the property owner present?
Mr. Eric Alcantar is the owner of 7447 Van Buren. Registered previous, this is a one-unit, only owes for 2018.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I have no excuse. I totally forgot about it. I thought I sent it in by mail, but that was in 2017 when I sent it in by mail. And when I thought about it, when I didn't get the sticker, I came in and they told me they never received anything. So I went back and looked, and I think it was in 2017 when I mailed it in. So
Okay. No problems again. Okay. I'll make a recommendation that you pay the $5 registration fee for 2018, okay, sir?
thank you.
You can do that after the meeting.
I
Thank you.
concur. Item Y, rental registration hearing on property located at 7002 Alabama.
Property's owner by the name of Nathan Demasius.
Correct.
Okay, this is one unit, registered previous, owes for 2018.
I apologize that this one and the next one belongs to I'm the property manager for both locations on Y and Z. And again, we usually get the postcard reminder, and I put it on my calendar for next year, April 1st, so this doesn't happen again. And I'm just requesting to pay our $5 registration for 2018.
Yeah. Any issues on this property in particular? Any waivers on this one previously?
Okay, sir, I'm going to recommend that for the 7002 Alabama Avenue, that you pay the registration fee for 2018 at a cost of $5.
Okay, thank you.
After the meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
I concur, and we're going to go ahead and take up 6948 Alabama Avenue now as well.
Yeah, 6948 Alabama, this is one unit, same thing, registered previous, owes for 2018. Only issues were back in 2012, a few police calls, but nothing recent.
Same reason, sir?
Same reason, yes.
Waivers?
No.
Okay, I'll make the same recommendation, then you pay the $5 fee for 2018
Okay.
after the meeting, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I concur. Item AA, rental registration hearing on property located at 7230 McCook.
This is owner Melissa Benavidez. This is one unit, not registered for 2017 or 18. No issues other than 17 and 18.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Could you give us your name, please?
Melissa Benavidez.
Okay, what happened in 2000?
Actually, I came in this April, the day after it was due, but I came after work, so there was nobody in the office, and the security gentleman said, I guess I'll just knock on the door and give it to the lady, and so he gave it to whoever was available that day. It was still the day after, it was still late, so she didn't get it till the next day. And then I assumed everything was going to be okay, and they sent it back to me in the mail a week later, and then with the information about having to come to the hearing. So I mean, it's my responsibility. I was late. I'm just used to doing everything online, electronically, and it's just something that gets away from me. I apologize. And I am in the process of selling the house as well.
Okay. She hasn't had a waiver before? No problems? Okay. I'm going to make a recommendation that you pay the $5 registration fee for 2017 and 2018 at a cost of $10, and you can do that after the meeting today, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I concur. Thank you. Item BB, rental registration hearing on property located at 7522 Catalpa and 1512 173rd.
7522 Catalpa, we have no action needed here. Per water, there was no usage in 17. He did register for 2018, so no action is needed.
Okay.
1512 173rd, per water, there was usage in December of 2016 and all of 2017. This is a one unit. It was registered in 18, so we're looking for registration for 2016 and 17.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, my name is Daryl Audis, Caps Property Management. I brought a lease for 7522 Catalpa. I did not see the second address on the form here, so I apologize. I don't have information on that. I think the new owner recently purchased that property. We rehabbed it and placed tenants for the first time, but I can't speak with authority right now. I'm going to have to go back to my office and check my records, so I apologize for that. I have 10 here today, and I didn't see the second address on this one, and I didn't see the second address on the next sheet of paper as well, so I don't have it either. But I can check my records on that and get back to you.
Is the owner Jadden Holdings?
Yes.
Okay, Jadden Holdings purchased the property in June of 2015. They did pull permits, but they did have water usage, as I said, in 2016 and 2017.
Okay, I'll have to check and see when
I
we
have
placed
a
the first
different
tenant.
owner listed. Rajan Damret?
Yes, he's
Okay.
Jatton Holdings.
Okay.
Yeah, we have Jadden.
Okay.
His company is Jatton Holdings, so I've got to check my records on that one.
Okay, so you said you have multiple properties here today.
I do.
And there are a few of them that you do not have information.
There's only one more I don't have information on.
Okay.
The other 8 I do.
What's the other one you don't have?
436 Mulberry, owned by Jeb Shookman.
Mr. Shookman has 2 properties today.
What's the recommendation on that?
Okay, I'm going to make a recommendation that for 1512 173rd, that you pay the registration fee for 2016 and 2017 at a cost of $5. And you're going to be you're the manager going forward, sir?
I am.
Just whatever steps you have to take to make sure that doesn't happen again, please.
My staff handles all of these, and I think a couple slipped through the cracks, so I apologize for that.
Okay. You can pay that fee after the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I concur. Item CC,
For the first property, 1116 173rd Street, we signed a lease with the first tenant at that property, 12/29/17. So when we came in to register in 18, they asked us to come to this. The owner did own it in 17, but he rehabbed it, and the very first people we placed there was right at the end of December.
and
That's
that was just
correct.
one unit?
1 unit, yeah. Per water, there was no usage at that time, so no action is needed.
Yeah, we're just gonna waive that one.
And then the second one, 436 Mulberry, that's the other one I don't have the information on for when I placed the tenant.
436 per water usage, starting in April of 2017 all the way through, as well as 18. Did register for 18. This is a 1 unit, just owes for 17.
So you would have missed that deadline due to the
Correct.
timing as well, and one unit?
No waivers, no issues?
No.
Okay, I'm going to recommend that we accept the $5 fee for 2017.
Thank you.
Pay that.
I concur. Thank you, sir. Item DD, rental registration hearing on property located at 2645 164th Place.
Per water, we have usage here from June to December of 2017. This is a 1 unit. Did register for 18, owes just for 17.
So I'm sorry, June was water turned on in 17?
In 17, correct.
Okay, so again, missed the deadline due to the timing of the rental.
Again, we placed a tenant mid-year, and my staff overlooked getting it registered for 17.
They wouldn't have let you anyway.
Yeah, yeah. They wouldn't have. So, I'm going to make a recommendation that you pay the $5 fee for 2017 for that property.
Thanks. Now, just for my clarification, aren't we supposed to come in within 30 days, even if it's like
Yes,
partway
so
through
it's
the
still,
year,
if it's
June,
past the
July?
deadline, if it's past the April 15th deadline, they're going to bring you back in front of us because they can't issue the sticker past that date. So if it's something with the case where the tenant came in late, then you'll come before the board and we most likely would waive it.
Oh, really? I can't just send them in and,
No, what you could do is you bring the lease, if
Okay.
it's past April, bring the new lease within that 30 days that they
Okay.
send the lease.
So we'll
Okay.
be able to handle it that way.
okay.
Thank you.
The next
I'd-
one's the same thing.
Same thing, 6812 California.
Yes, per water usage from September to December of 17, this is 1 unit, owes for 17. Did register for 18.
Okay, I'm going to make the same recommendation, the $5 fee for 2017 payable today.
I concur. Item FF, rental registration hearing at property located at 1592 180th.
Same thing, this is 1 unit, registered previous, owes for 2017. And is registered for 18.
Okay, never waived, no waiver
No.
before? Okay. Okay, sir, I'm going to make the same recommendation for that address, the $5 fee for 2017.
Thank you.
I concur. Item GG, hearing at 7432 Southeastern.
Again, 1 unit, there's water usage in 2016 and 2017. Did register for 18. We are looking for rental for 2016 and 2017.
When in 16 did the water start?
This started at the end of 16. The new owner, TK Properties, purchased it in September of 16.
We moved our first tenant in on February 1st, 2017, so it wasn't occupied until February of 17.
We had water usage there at the end of 2016.
Correct, during the rehab.
Okay. That's all I can base myself off of.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make a recommendation that you pay the $5 registration fee for 2016 to 2017.
Okay,
Well, if
thank
they
you.
if they didn't have a tenant there, would we have an affidavit to that?
You can sign an
on the
affidavit,
16th?
For
the 16th, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, I would say that, then if they
Okay,
didn't.
let's see. Sir, you're going to have to bring in an affidavit saying that the property was not rented in 2016.
We can sign it here,
You can say, yeah,
Okay.
okay?
that it was under rehab during that time.
Are we supposed to register when we turn water on or when we place the first tenant?
When you place the tenant, but typically we use the water usage to establish that somebody's been in the property. So if you're there and you're renovating and water is being used, then we need some kind of statement stating that this is, during this period, no one was there, we were just in the house
Very good.
fixing
It's
things.
really the only thing we have to go by.
No, I understand, that's fine. I think we'll probably just register them right then.
I think I said I concur. Item HH, 1589, 177th.
Again, one unit, water usage from April to December of 17, O's for 2017, registered for 18.
We placed our first tenant June 1st, 2017.
Okay. No problems there, Jaime? Good. Okay, I'm going to make a recommendation that you pay the $5 fee for 2017 for that address.
I concur. Item II, 6818 Colorado.
No action is needed here. There was no usage before 2018, and they did register for 18.
Item JJ, 7036 Madison.
Again, no action is needed here. There was no usage in 17, did register for 18.
Item KK, rental registration at 1712 171st Place.
This is one unit, water usage in December of 17, actually a lot of water usage in December of 17. Did register for 18, we are looking for rental for 2017, one unit.
We placed our first tenant January 6th, 2018.
What's the usage in December?
You know what, I don't have it here. I just have significant usage.
Do you know what was happening in December at that time?
I don't remember. Could have been a water leak or something, but anyway.
Did you have a lease with you today that
I do.
shows the date that the tenant occupied the property?
Correct. It was signed the 22nd of December, 2017, and the lease start date would be back here.
It says the lease commenced on the 22nd of December.
Yeah, that's what the lease says. I think he actually didn't move in because my property management software says he moved in on January 6th, but the lease does say the 22nd of December of 17.
Say due to the lease and the water usage.
Yeah, we're going to make a recommendation that you pay the $5 registration fee for 2016 and 2017.
Just 17, correct?
Correct.
I thought we're not going with 16, even though the register, it says that somebody moved in December, though, right?
No,
December.
17.
Oh, 17, okay,
Yes,
then
yeah.
just 17, then, sorry.
Yep,
Thank you.
I concur. LL,
Thank you.
oh, thank you. Correspondence received requesting rental registration hearing. July 19th.
Okay, I recommend that we set that for July 19th.
I concur, and I'd like to recognize Councilman Torres, who's in the audience with us today. Good morning, Councilman. Item MM, bid award for the demolition of 5911 through 15 Calumet Avenue and 5923 Calumet Avenue to JM Industrial Services at a cost of $120,800.
Just for clarification, this is the police garage address. The reason for the delay, this was bid out some time ago that they're going to hold their price was because they had to get the police into the new location, and there were some delays there. But everything is finally out now, and so if the bid is approved, what I'm going to be doing is asking NIPSCO to cut the power next, and then we can get it down.
So these are all police garage,
Yes.
those addresses?
Yes. Yeah, it's the building right there, and then the next two, but not the final two in the collapsed one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to make a recommendation to accept the bid for demolition.
I concur. Item NN, bid award for demolition of 5903 Calumet Avenue at a cost of $13,750. And this is to JM Industrial.
This is for the property that had somebody drive into it a few weeks back. Now, the insurance company did recommend last Thursday demolition, but I haven't heard any information back if they're going to self-perform this or if the city needs to go forward with ours.
We're waiting for an engineer report that I thought we would have today.
Okay. Well, then the city's
How come
going
theirs is so much cheaper than the one I have to pay for?
Because that's just the building that somebody's already started knocking down, and this is the big building. It's
Okay. Do I have a recommendation to accept the bid and notify the property owner of the status?
I make that recommendation.
I concur. Item 00, agreement with Impact Networking Indiana for managed print services. And this is a request from our IT department for consolidation of printing services for the city.
Okay, I recommend a recommendation that we accept the agreement from Impact Networking.
I concur. Item PP, contract with GM Industrial Services for the demolition of 5251 through 53 Homan Avenue at a cost of $86,800.
This was the city property that burned up downtown.
I make a recommendation to accept the contract from JM Industrial Services.
I concur. Item QQ, approval of signage placement for the Hammond Mayor's Cup 3-on-3 soccer tournament. This came to the board, I believe, a couple weeks ago, and it has been approved by the mayor's office.
I make a recommendation to approve the signage placement.
I concur. Item RR, correspondence received from Ms. Michelle Smithley, 1037 River Drive, requesting permission to place a storage pod in front of her house for 1 month. It appears that it will be on the street, and it sounds like River Drive will be getting repaved at this time.
It's actually repaved now.
It's okay? Okay.
That street's kind of narrow over there. Is that going to cause a traffic problem?
Is there a way to do? Yeah, why don't we make a recommendation to submit it to the engineering department for review?
I'm going to make that recommendation.
I'll concur. Thank you. SS, bid award for the demolition of 18 Brown Avenue. This particular bid, I believe, came in at the exact same amount from two contractors.
Just for a little bit of clarification, this was the property up north in Water Gardens that burned. Insurance, there is insurance. The insurance agent has already mailed a check. We did 3 bids. 2 of them came out to be identical, and both of the parties who are part of the identical bid have agreed to come in and have a coin flip. Whoever wins will get the $5,800 for the demolition.
Okay. Who were the, I'm sorry, what were the?
It was Acton and I believe JM. There were 3 bids, but one of them was a little bit higher. So it's between the 2 who came in exactly the same amount.
Are the representatives from these companies here today?
Acting here.
JM. And you understand and agree to this?
No, Jess got
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, you want to do it right just for now.
Gentlemen?
I have a coin.
No,
We have a coin.
Come on up.
No, we got one. It's like the Super Bowl. We had a
This
special one.
is odd, but, okay, so, that's heads, that's tails.
Where do you want him, Jake?
You call it, sir?
Jeff, if we can please come in front so that he can get it on the record. And that is the representative from, I'm sorry, I didn't see who called it. JM? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So
Thank you, gentlemen.
I will now entertain a recommendation to award the bid to JM Industrial for the demolition of 1810 Brown.
I make that recommendation.
I concur. Thank you. Item TT, correspondence received from the House of Prayer Church of God requesting permission to block Lane Street from the alley to Highland Street for their annual car wash Saturday, June 9th, 2018, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. This came before the board a couple of weeks ago. I think there was some confusion as to the location. We've been informed that this is something that happens on an annual basis and should not create any issues.
Okay, I make a recommendation to receive that to accept that request from the House of Prayer Church.
I concur. Item UU, correspondence received from 3rd District Councilman Anthony Higgs requesting overlays on the 800 through 1100 blocks of Eaton Street this year.
Madam Chairman.
As the board does not handle this, yes, our city engineer.
We received a similar request in the engineering department. There was also another address, Glenwood Parkway, if I remember right.
It looks like we're just copied on this for informational purposes, so you're handling it within your department.
The issue is, I have to work with Jack Smith. There are a number of homes on along that roadway on Eaton that have collapsed sewer laterals, and so we need to work with the code enforcement to have those repaired. So I just wanted the board to be aware that this could take some time to get completed.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think it's being handled, so I don't think we need any action on that one. Item VV, garage sale permit submitted for approval.
Okay, I'm going to make a recommendation to accept the garage sale permits.
I will concur. Item 6, matters from other board members. Do we have anything today?
No.
7, matters from other department heads or their representatives. 8, new business, old business. The meeting is open to the public if anybody wishes to speak. Yes, sir?
I'm John Powers, and I was sitting down at the other courtroom when you guys called my name about rental registration.
And
1162.
I'm sorry, did you say John Powers?
Yes, 1162 May Street.
And this one, we were determined that we would waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered for 2017. Excuse me, the 3 units must be registered for 2017. 2018? Oh, okay, thank you, for 2018. So if you'd like to stick around in a few minutes, we'll have this ready for you. You can take care of it today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else from the public wishing to speak? Sir? Come on up.
Good morning.
Morning. State your name for us, please.
Excuse me?
Can you state your name for us, please?
Oh, yes. My name is Hugo Cirino. Hugo, last name Cirino, Cedeno. I'm coming here for a request. I'm a student at Purdue Northwest. I'm conducting the transportation engineering related research, and we need to do a traffic volume study in some intersections in the city. We requested permission for that to do research off campus to the police department at Purdue, and they redirected us here. So I came here with a letter specifying explaining what we're gonna do. Basically, we're just gonna go with my classmate. We're gonna stop at intersections and just sit there and count cars.
Okay.
Do a list, and the data we're gonna get from that, we're gonna use it as part of our research. So.
And when were you hoping to do that?
Starting next Monday, June the 11th.
So since we do not have a board meeting before then, I'm gonna, if you can hand me that, please.
Yes. Thank you very much.
We'll take that, and then what we'll do is make a recommendation to approve your request, subject to the approval of the engineering department.
Yeah.
So we'll transfer that to our city engineer, Mr. Dean Button, and he can coordinate with you as far
Thank
as
you.
any permissions
I'm
necessary.
specifying like times and dates in that letter and my contact information.
We'll get the letter, yes, we'll give it to
Yep,
him.
we'll send it
Thank
right
you
over
very
to him,
much.
okay? Thank you.
I make that recommendation.
I concur. Any other members of the public wishing to speak? Okay. And I will entertain a recommendation to adjourn.
Make a recommendation to adjourn the meeting.
I concur. Thank you. Oh, ma'am?
I was just wondering if you can reconsider my case, if you can see my case again. I never had a waive. I see other people on the public that they owe 2 years, they come to pay, and they still pay $5. Last year, I paid $2,500. I never had a waive. And I'm gonna pay $2,500 again? What's the difference between me and them?
What was your address again, ma'am?
It's the 7135 Columbia, 903 Bauer, and 1144 Summer.
It was right at the beginning. Abby, can you help us out on this one? Yeah.
So this is for 3 units at Columbia,
3
one at
units.
Bauer and one
Yeah.
at Summer Street.
Yeah.
Correct,
Last
ma'am?
year, I was late, and I came and I paid the $2,500. I never had a waive, and now I was one day late again. But I mean, I came, tried to fix things, and trying to not to pay so much again. And I see other cases worse than me, that they owe for last year and the other year, and they still pay $5.
I understand, ma'am, but typically when you come before this board and you have to go through the late fee process, we hope that that will prevent you from having to come before us again. So many of the properties that came before us were for the first time, and I understand your consideration there. I'd be willing to make a recommendation that we allow Ms. Sarsick to negotiate this fee down in light of the previous assignment of the fee.
I'll make that recommendation.
We cannot reduce the fee.
I mean, what about other people? They owe 2 years, and they didn't even come.
As I mentioned, ma'am, if you come before this board
This
previously.
is the first time I come. No, I didn't. This is the first time I come.
Okay,
We have, as an example, 903 Bauer Street in February 9th of 2015. We had the Board of Works appeal hearing.
Yeah, I had a management back then. I didn't know anything about this until.
so we've had multiple times where it's been late and you come before the board to be
That was the
fined.
reason why I didn't want to use them anymore, because I was having all these fees.
And in March of 15, the Board of Works decision owes $580 for one unit for 2014. That was just an example of 903 Bauer. Each other property was also in front of Board of Works previously.
Yeah, I had
So,
management,
ma'am,
and I got rid of them.
That is, our intent is to have you come in, register timely, pay the
No,
$5.
I
Let us
will.
know so that our police and
Yeah.
our fire departments
And
know who's in the house at the time, so that it's a safety precaution. So when we have people who come before us multiple times and they've been assessed the fee and they still continue to register late or not register at all, that is the reason why we impose the fee.
I understand.
So I think this point has already been heard. It will be sent to Ms. Sarsick, who will have the opportunity to discuss a negotiation of that fee with you. And we hope to not see you in front of us again.
I don't want to, but I mean, you don't think it'd be a way to be a little lower than that?
We will make a note on your file and a recommendation to the attorney who handles the negotiation process that they can work with you on that.
Yeah, because from now on, it won't happen again. I would be taking care of it.
Okay.
That's
Thank
our
you.
intention, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else wishing to speak from the public? Ma'am?
Oh, you don't do it like that? No. Oh, okay, thank you. Angela Fuller Tharp. And I was just wondering, how do you determine that it goes from $5 to $500? How is that determined?
The registration fee is $5.
Yes.
The fine for not registering timely is $500. That's been set by, I believe, our city ordinance.
It is also on top of the registration that you fill out every time you register.
This board is not determining how much money to assign a fee for each individual. It is set by city ordinance, so we are able to impose a fee or not.
No, I'm just trying to understand, how is it determined that it's $500? How do you decide if it's $100 or $5,000 or $500? What is
That is not determined by this board. It's set by city ordinance by,
Well,
I
how
believe,
do
the city council.
So do I get to talk to them to ask them how that's determined, so the people that do have property in Indiana will at least know how it's determined? I think you're obligated to share that information. How do I get it?
That information is available online under Chapter 96 in the city ordinance for rental registration. That was information, as you know, that was in the ordinance as the council passed it. It's not arbitrary as far as, let's charge 100, let's charge 200, let's charge 500. This set fee is $500 per unit by ordinance.
Okay, I'd like to know,
So-
because I have property in other cities, and I've never heard anything like this, but I can get the audience from whoever it is I gotta pay the fine to find out how I can see how
You
it's determined.
can visit the council office and ask
Good.
them. They are the ones, the city council sets or approves ordinances, and this is one that was set quite some time ago, I believe.
Well, I don't live in Indiana, but I'd like to get that information, and thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
No disrespect.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak today? And then back to our motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn, please.
I concur. Thank you.
Thank you.